Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me today. As always, smash that like button, subscribe, and today's topic is imagination. We are continuing in this because it is so important. It is not given the importance in life that it should be given, because everything begins with an image within your mind, a thought which creates an image. Look in your outer world. Look at the device, whatever you're watching me on right now, that was created within someone's mind before it ever became an outer reality. It was a subjective reality before it became an objective reality. Everything that happens in your life, everything that happens in your life first begins within you. Now you might say, yeah, well, if I'm out and a car runs off the road and runs into me and I get hurt and end up in the hospital, how could that begin within me? Because you had a thought that put you in that right place at the right time to be in a dangerous situation. Whether you watch TV about people getting hurt or these quick videos on Instagram my kids watch about gory scenes of accidents or different things like that, somehow you drew that situation into your life. A lot of people don't believe that. But if you don't, then you must say you're a victim of life, that you have no power or control over anything that happens to you. What is the old saying? You're the captain of your destiny, the master of your soul. Or it could be the other way around. I would have to look it up. But imagination is so important, the images you hold within your mind. Anyone who has ever done anything great has first seen it within himself, in his mind, or her mind if it's a woman. Okay? But most of the great explorers and inventors have been men. Okay? Women have accomplished some things in life, some great things, of course. But in general, men have been the ones who have conquered, explored, invented, created, more so than women. Now, a lot of women would think I'm belittling them, but I'm not. Women have their place, just as men have their place in society, as a human being on this round, green, wonderful earth, okay? I'm going to read a little bit out of this article I have, and it talks about the assumption of the wish fulfilled, okay? You must assume that you are what you want to be and continue therein, for the reality of your assumption has its being in complete independence of objective fact. Okay? The reality of the assumption. You must assume you are the person you wish to be and take on the character of that person, the being of that person. That's why it's so important to read biographies of successful people. Study people that you want to be like. Now, you don't want to be exactly like them because you have your own unique characteristics, attitudes, personality, and the like. Okay, but you can use what they do, how they act, how they move, how they look, how they dress, and you can form those, use those to form your personality. As I said the other day, personality is just something we put on. It's not who you really are. You've had many different personalities since you've been born. One is a child, one is a kindergartner, one is a first grader, one is a junior high student, a college student, McDonald's worker. Maybe you're a great writer, or maybe you're a singer. Maybe you're a plumber, a carpenter, an electrician, a CEO of a great company. Okay, these are all personalities you acquired or assumed or wove into your life. You can do the same thing with anything you want to be or have. You have to become the person first on the inside before you can ever realize it objectively. You must subjectively assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled or the personality of the person you want to be. You want to be a great lover? Then assume that you are a great lover. And you may say, well, how do I do that? I don't even know how a great lover acts. Then read books about people who are really good with women, okay? Read books about people who have success with women. Read books about people who know how to talk to women, how to communicate to women. There are many guys out there that have had great success. First, be sure that they have had that success. Okay, there are also people out there who claim to have had success with women, and maybe they have, maybe they haven't, you're not sure. But you can tell by the way they talk. If you listen to them long enough, just see what they have to offer. Listen to how they speak about women. And you can figure out pretty quick, even if you're not good with women, you can figure out pretty quick who is being honest and who is just telling you something to get you to buy their product or their program. Their secrets to success with women. There are no secrets to success with women. Now, some people may call them secrets because most men don't know. It's really simple. You have to become the man that women want. Okay, you can take these programs, you can do these things, and these all have their place and they're good, and learn techniques. But until you become the person that these techniques flow from, because that's naturally who you are, you may get laid, you may pick up a girl, you may get a girlfriend for a short time, but she will soon see through these techniques, these modalities, these forms of this Casanova that you have put on there that are not really you. So what ends up happening? She's disappointed, you're brokenhearted, she leaves you, you finally got that girl you thought you wanted, and then she finds out that you're not the man you presented yourself to be. And you may find out that she's not the woman she presented herself to be, because we attract to ourselves what we are, not so much what we want. So if you're putting out this fake persona, don't be surprised if you don't attract a girl with a fake persona. And you find out, maybe before she does, that she is not what she presented herself to be. This takes time to find out. People can really hide who they are for quite some time. And even more so if you date someone who is at a distance and maybe you only see each other every weekend or once a month. Even more so, a person can hide who they are. But eventually it will come out. You just need to be aware of red flags and different things, because it's hard for people to stay congruent if they are not who they present themselves to be. And that's why it goes back to you becoming the Casanova, the Chad, the Dennis. Someone called me a Dennis the other day, Ryan Stone. I'm like, what the hell is that? I had to look it up. It's you have to look it up in the Urban Dictionary. I was not familiar with the term, but I'm older, so maybe some of you younger guys knew what that was when I mentioned it. But it was a compliment. I appreciate it. He said that. But back to the subject. So unless you are who you present yourself to be, you will soon be revealed to this person that you made this false presentation to, and you will lose her. Or you may realize who she is, and you may walk away from her when she has presented a false self to you also. So to become the person you want to be, a good way is to affirm that daily, several times a day. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that is who you are. Now this seems ridiculous, okay? But do you know how they brainwash people? They tell them a lie over and over and over again until they come to believe it. And they get them in an emotional state. They may beat them, they may use cold water on them. I forgot what they call it, water. Well, there's certain techniques that the military uses to beat someone down and get them in such an emotional weak state that if they tell them this lie over and over and over again, eventually they come to believe it. And it's the same thing way with yourself. If you tell yourself something over and over again, because during the day you're going to be in different levels of emotional states. If you tell yourself this seemingly lie, which it may be a lie at first, long enough with repetition and with emotion, you will come to believe it. You can retrain or reprogram your mind to become the person you want to be. How do I know? I've done it. I've done it time and time again. I've seen other people do it. The problem with most men is not pride or arrogance. It's low self-worth, low self-esteem. Better to err on the side of arrogance. Watch some of these people that are really successful in what they do. Grant Cardone, Cobra Tate. Watch these guys. They don't talk lowly of themselves. They may laugh at themselves or joke about themselves, but they talk as the person that they want to become or as they are. They never beat themselves down or tell themselves they're stupid or many such things like that that I hear people say about themselves. People will call themselves ignorant or tell themselves they made a stupid mistake because they are stupid. These things become habitual. And if you tell yourself these things over and over again, just like with the positive affirmation, you will come to believe it subconsciously, and you will take actions based on these thoughts which you have programmed yourself with. Some of these things you may have heard when you were growing up. One of them I heard was, you're never going to amount to anything. You don't have enough sense to pound sand in a rat hole. You don't have the sense you were born with. Excuse me. And on and on. When your parents tell you these things, over a period of time, you come to believe them. Maybe consciously you don't, but subconsciously you act on these things. But you're not stuck with this for life. Whether your parents programmed you to believe these certain things or whether you've done it to yourself, you can change it. But just as going to the gym, you have to be persistent. You have to continually tell yourself this over and over and over again for days, weeks, months, sometimes years. You didn't get to where you are overnight, and you're not going to get out of feeling badly about yourself overnight, or feeling like you're worthless overnight, or feeling like you're nothing. You can change who you are and become the man you desire to be. You just have to make a decision, be persistent, and persevere even when it doesn't look like or you don't feel like you're going to achieve what you desire. It's like Tate says about, what is it? Feelings have nothing to do with it. You're a man, and one of the great gifts you have as a man is to be able to override your feelings and do what you need to do to be successful. Whatever success means to you, you can achieve it, you can do it. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill, he's one of the great, one of the first time motivational success speakers, writers of the time. So remember, you have the power to change yourself and to be and become whatever you want to be, whatever that is, but it begins with you and only you can do it. Remember, no one can do your push-ups for you. Only you can do them. Thanks for joining me. Smash that like button. Leave a comment in the comment section. Have a great day.